welcome back to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share and subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. So of course we are looking at the Avengers Endgame Infinity Saga Thanos from the Iron Man Mark 85 and Thanos 2-pack. I looked at Iron Man in another video and now we're going to look at the big guy himself. So looking straight away at the figure, here he is with his snapping finger on the nano gauntlet. He comes with his big old sword thing. He comes with a whole bunch of alternate heads. Now these are all heads that we've seen before, so nothing really exciting to tell you there. They're just updated versions of the heads that we've seen before, except of course for the dusted head that's on the figure at the moment. And here's a closed fist of the nano gauntlet. Now unfortunately on mine he's got an infinity stone printed onto his fingers, so either that was a mishap in the factory or somebody's missing a stone. So let's have a closer look at the figure. Now what's cool about this snapping fingered gauntlet is obviously it hasn't got any of the infinity stones in it, and it's got a bit of a kind of a rough look to it as well, which mimics that in the film. If I just pop this head off as well, now this is the dusted look, so obviously spoilers, at the end of the film when he gets dusted, they tried to mimic that look on this particular head. I'm not 100% sure it works. I don't know, maybe in figure photography, but on a display in a cabinet it just looks like he's got a bit of hair, bit of a dodgy 90s hairstyle going on. But that's the figure in itself. Let me pull in a earlier version of him which we got a few years back, which was obviously the builder figure. Before I do, just have a closer look at these heads. Let's see. No, I was going to see if I could hold all three in one hand, but that was just getting a bit ahead of myself. But yeah, these are all heads that we've seen previously. Now they are updated versions, so the paint apps are a little bit better on them, but they are heads that we've seen previously. Now if I bring in the builder figure version, here he is. Now you can see straight away there are a couple of notable differences between the two. Most obviously is the kind of dusted effect that's on the new version. You can see there that's the same head, it's just got better eyes on the new one. But yeah, this isn't the actual head that came with the builder figure. You can also see there's different skirts as well, but no, this isn't the head that came with the builder figure. This is one that I got off of the 2-pack or the 3-pack, I can't remember. The sword there as well, obviously different. Now I repainted my builder figure version, but it still wasn't screen accurate, so it is nice to have a screen accurate sword. And if I just do a quick 360, you can see there are a few differences in regards to the paint apps. There's a lot more black or grey on the boots and the lower legs, and there's a little bit more detail there on the armour as well in regards to the dark parts. But to be perfectly fair, I can't really tell what's supposed to be painted and what's supposed to be a dusted effect. I think I prefer the builder figure. I'm not sure. I'm going to jury's out on that one for a minute, but I think I prefer the builder figure. Obviously the thing that was inaccurate about the builder figure is that he had the gauntlet on, and in the film we didn't see that gauntlet, so that was why it was not very favoured. Here's another version, so this is the gauntlet version of him. So this is one that came with Iron Man and Doctor Strange in the 3-pack, and it's obviously the snapping finger, and you can see it's a very similar head there to the builder figure one. But yeah, here it is. Now I've got so many snapping Thanoses, it looks like it's kind of they're part of a doo-wop group or something, like snapping along to the beat, but not going to be able to display them next to each other, am I? So let me just put him at the back. I'll just pull in more recently. The version that we got was the one, the farmer version. So obviously his outfit is the same as the Infinity War one, but he's got the kind of burnt arm, burnt gauntlet and burnt face. So there's 4 Thanos there. There is another one. There's the very, very first builder figure one, but I've not brought him in just because in comparison he's rubbish compared to these 4. So just wanted to have a look at these 4. Now the thing to know is that what is most obvious about this. Now let me just sort his arm out. Now even though we have 2 figures here, we've not got a complete armour, which is really quite frustrating, to be perfectly honest with you. Now if you have a look at this is obviously the arm that would go onto here to complete the armour, to give him kind of the lower arm part. But if you look, they are different colours, and one of them is beaten up and one of them isn't, so they do look like 2 very different arms. So even though you could put it on and kind of get a more screen accurate look, they are different. Now obviously on the builder figure you've got the top piece on both arms, and on this new most recent one you haven't you've got half of one on this arm and you've got none on the other arm. So I suppose you'd have to kind of like pull bits out and, you know, heat and pop and all the rest of it to get a screen accurate Thanos in his armor. Now I think, to be perfectly honest with you, what I might do is take this arm off of this one and put it here so that I've got a screen accurate kind of armored Thanos, and then have to decide what I'm going to do to the dusted one. But all in all, the Thanos, he's okay. If you haven't got an armored Thanos, he's definitely worth picking up, but I think he's definitely the accessory in this 2-pack next to the Mark 85 Iron Man. So it's really all about that sword and that lower arm for me in this particular one. But it is great to have another Thanos and something to play around with. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. All support to the channel is very much appreciated, and I'll see you next time.